Aloha and welcome everyone to Maui Nonprofit Notes, the weekly radio show where we talk story with Maui's nonprofit executive directors and staff to find out just how they're working to support the needs within our community. Maui Nonprofit Notes is generously sponsored by Pacific Source. If you're building or remodeling a home, you've just got to check out Pacific Source's cabinet and appliance showroom in the Waikapu Bayshard. I'm Susie Tiemann, Executive Director of Lokahi Pacific and President of the Maui Nonprofit Directors Association, and it's my pleasure to introduce our co-host for today, Kaimana Brummel from Hawaiian Canoe Club. How are you, Kaimana?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Season's in full swing. Lots of energy.
Oh, that's right. Last week it kicked off. I saw a big crowd there last night.
Yeah, Thursday night's a big practice night.
Now, last night was Tuesday night.
Tuesday night's a big practice night. Wednesday night is a big practice night.
It's all big practice.
It's all big. There's 2 canoe clubs down there, too. So
oh, that's right. You got your
people.
neighbors, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gun-ho. And a couple weeks ago, you were telling us about the new categories.
65 and over debuted.
And the paper did a nice story on the winners of the first competition
Everybody
for that age group.
came back safely from those races, so we're relieved.
That's good.
No, they had a really, really good time. My dad was in the first race of the day, and so it's really neat to have all the generations participating.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Well, each week during this hour, we share the experience of how our nonprofit agencies are working to benefit our island home with stories of how these agencies are changing lives, changing communities, and creating miracles of hope for those in need. Today we have Leslie Mullins and Paul James Brown, representative of the Rotary Club of Kahului. Welcome.
Hi, thanks.
Aloha.
Aloha. And they are here today to talk about the Alexander and Baldwin Mike Lyons Palaka Award.
Great, thanks for having us, guys.
What an event.
I'm so excited.
You guys took this over, what, 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
It's our third year.
It's
Yeah,
our
third year. And it's just, I can't wait to go to it because first of all, the golf ball drop just absolutely floors me. You know, everybody's out there on the deck watching the helicopter come over, and especially when they do the test drop on the hole before it, everybody's going, no, you know, because it's a test.
The wrong hole. Exactly.
And I said, I know my 3 balls were in that bucket. You know, yeah. But anyway, that's the fun part of it. Actually, the whole day is fun, but it's really an exciting event, and it awards such great work on the part of volunteers.
Oh, yeah.
And honors them for what they've done. Give us some of the quick on it.
Well, this year it is going to be August 2nd, Friday, August 2nd, again at the King Kamehameha Golf Club in that beautiful Waikapu room. And the award itself is meant to memorialize and create legacy around what Mike Lyons did while he was here on Maui. We lost him several years ago, and basically he just created such a significant and enduring contribution to every single nonprofit he touched, every business owner he touched through his work at Bank of Hawaii. And when we talked to the family and said, how can we best contribute to his legacy? You know, so
and he was a member of your club.
He was president of our club.
Yeah.
He was district governor of Rotary here in Hawaii. And so great leader, and really changed the face of our community in so many ways. And we talked to the family, and they had said, previously we had done a golf tournament, and they said, Dad really hated golf. Why do you do a golf tournament? So we all put our heads together and said, what we really want to do is make sure that generations to come understand his legacy and understand what service is and the impact one can make on a community with even just simple things. So we came up with the Palaka Award to do that. And it was something the Cameron Center used to do. Mm-hmm. They kind of retired it, and then they allowed us to take it on. And so now what it does, and we'll talk about it a little bit later in detail, but it honors the best volunteer service members of nonprofits, usually board members, who have been contributing in lots of different ways for at least 5 years to that same nonprofit and made a really significant, very enduring contribution to the longevity and the mission of that nonprofit.
Service above and beyond.
Absolutely.
Right. And some of the past finalists have been with volunteers with some of the agencies that are members of our organization. People like we've got the Aloha House, Hui Noiau. Who are some of the others?
Hale Makua, Maui Youth and Family Services, and Maui Memorial Medical Center Foundation.
There you go. Just in the last 2 years, they were part of the list of finalists. And it's amazing to read what these people have done. And obviously the little blurb that's in the program doesn't do justice to what they've done, but the service, the minimum criteria is 5 years.
That's right.
Of being associated with an organization. Some people have done a lot in 5 years.
I'm sure most of them far exceed that minimum.
Oh, yeah. Like, typically what we've seen, and again, we're just in our third year now, but what we've seen with our previous fields of nominees is that they've been around in one capacity or another for 8, 10, 15 years. They were people who helped, have the vision of what the organization can do and its impact. Like Helen Nielsen was our first winner in 2011. She was president of Hawaiian Islands Land Trust, Maui Coastal Land Trust before that, right? And so she helped them with that statewide merger of all the land trusts and really held that vision and went out and talked about it and got everyone excited and on board. So those are the kinds of contributions we're talking about.
Not just attending board meetings.
But those are important too.
They are. And that's maybe where some of the visions get started. You're sitting there thinking there's got to be something else we can do.
That's right. And so we wanted to come today and talk a little bit about the event and kind of in a save the date idea, since it is still far off. But we wanted to make sure that all of our nonprofits knew that from now to June 30th, we have online nominations happening. And typically what we hear from the folks who nominate is it's fairly easy and straightforward. It's just a bit of work because you have to get a letter of support from someone in the community who's been impacted. You have to fill out this online form, like I said, give us some photos, those kinds of things. So it takes a little time, but it is the best way we can think of. When nonprofit directors and boards are trying to figure out how do I acknowledge the great service these people do, because it's so hard to really acknowledge it.
Right.
This is a great way to do it. And we also, as we acknowledge all the finalists that we have, this year we'll have 6 finalists, when we acknowledge them, they are treated like rock stars at this event too. So it's not just the winner who gets to have heartfelt thanks.
It's terrific. We've got 2 pretty important people here today talking about this. Leslie was president, 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And as I understand it, Paul James Brown is going to be president in a couple of weeks.
Yes, I'm honored to be taking over the helm from Robert Karahara on June 24th, as a matter of fact.
Just before this event.
Yes, this is going to be my year. I'm actually the co-chair of the event this year,
gotcha.
along with Kawela Baskara.
Wow. So you guys know what it's all about. You're there. You're doing it. And
Well, it was this event that actually got me to join this club.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. It was such an extraordinary event. I was so taken with not only just the organization of it, but the heart that was behind the event that I decided that this was the club that I really wanted to be a part of because of this event and the impact that it has on the community. And also what an important person Mike Lyons was to this community, and what a great loss it was. And he always wore Palaka shirts,
right?
And so
right.
It was the Palaka thing that really brought it home. And there's such heart. This island is made of heart, and this place really, this event really helps to perpetuate that heart, to instill in the organizations that these people represent, to continue to participate in that heart and to exemplify what Rotary is all about, which is service above self. It's interesting. One of the things that I have been involved in, I've been involved with organizations that are often called not-for-profits, but I prefer to call them for-impact organizations.
Oh.
Because these organizations don't wake up in the morning and say, oh, how are we not going to make money today? How are we not going to do? There's nothing negative or not about these organizations. And so what they do and what their purpose is to have an impact on an issue in the community. And so I'm very interested in changing the lexicon, if we can, and getting away from that whole not stuff and get into the for impact. These are for impact organizations. And that's what we really need to be focusing in on, is because that impact is what these organizations are all about. And that's what this award is really all about. It's what the impact these people have had, not just on their organizations, but on the mission and the community. It's all about really what each one of these organizations contributes to this amazing place that we, I often say that when I talk to friends on the mainland, I say, I'm in paradise and I'm not dead.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're
Yeah.
so blessed, and it oftentimes because of the nature of this place, people sort of are transient. They come and they go, but we, the 153,000 of us, out of the 9 billion on this planet who are blessed to wake up every day and call this amazing place our home, we know that there's more here than just what the visitors see, that there are lives that are touched all the time by these organizations, and there are needs and there are difficulties in this community that are underneath the surface that these organizations have impacts on, and that these people who are volunteers in these organizations for years and years and years so fervently believe in what it is they do that they want to participate in this, and we want to recognize them. We want to be involved in helping to recognize these people and allow them to be celebrated in the community.
And what a terrific way to do it. I mean, it's talking about the organization that they specifically help. But one thing I've always noticed is when you're reading through the short bio of the person, this is not the only organization they help.
Never.
This is kind of the key one, or the one that they emphasize. It's the special one in their lives, but it's not the only one.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. And that's really one of the, I think, what you find when you get involved with people who are involved in the community the way these people are, is that they select an organization to work in that organization for a while, but they also are selected by other organizations
Right.
to say, hey, why don't you come and help us too? And one of the things about these people is that it's hard for them to say no.
Exactly. You want the busy person,
That's right. That's right.
and you want the person who knows what it's all about.
That's right. So it's a great award that does that. It's a great event that does it. The event does something else that's even more important to us as well, which is it's a fundraiser by and large. What we are really doing is using this as our fundraiser to raise over $20,000 every year for scholarships for exceptional Maui kids that are going off to college, whether it's down the street to UHMC, across the pond over to UH Manoa or another local college, or if they're going all the way to the East Coast, West Coast. Every year we take half of that $20,000, put it into a fund that we're trying to build to eventually be an endowment. And then $10,000 we take and give away to 4 or 5 of our Maui high school kids who they'd knock your socks off.
And if I recall correctly, you try to have some of those students at the event to tell what their first year or so was like at school.
Yes, and this year, because of the timing, we'll actually be able to have them here. Last year, we were kind of late in
was
the
August
summer.
28th.
Oh, they'd
Yeah.
already gone back to
But
school.
They're
they're
already gone to school.
all going to be here this year.
Oh,
and
great.
That's really great.
And I'll tell you what's great, though. Anyone who is listening to us, if you want to go onto the website, it's got tons of information about this event, about the award, all the forms for nominating and sponsoring and all that. But one of the best things I loved at the bottom of our homepage, it's www.kahaluirotary.com. At the bottom of the page, there's a link to a video that Keith Rainey helped us put together last year. And it's all the kids from the past 2 years who have won saying thank you and what it meant to them. And it is just a fantastic video.
That was shown at the event.
It
wasn't
was.
it?
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
Yeah.
we'll do one for this year.
We're going to
too.
do one
Yeah.
this year, yeah.
Yeah.
And how powerful for those young people to be in the room with influential and inspiring leaders of Maui.
Oh yeah, and I got to tell you, when one of those kids gets up and is able to tell us the difference that we made in their life, the experience they've had in the last year, it's so powerful to know that we all make a difference in that.
And it opens people's checkbooks, as a matter of fact.
It opened your checkbook.
Oh, I remember that. You were trying to hit a number.
We wanted to hit 20,000, and we were
And you were
$750 short.
Yeah.
And so I said offhandedly, oh, I love rounding up. I love full round numbers. And this guy, Paul, stands up at the back of the room and he goes, I'll give you $750. It was great.
It just so happened that I was lucky enough to have it in my checkbook.
There you go.
But
Yeah, I remember that. That was quite a deal. On that note, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
And we are back, and it's Wednesday noon, and you're right in the midst of the Maui Nonprofit Notes radio show. Today we're talking story with the Kahului Radio. Hello, radio. I've got radio on the brain. We're talking about to the Rotary Club of Kahului folks about the Michael H. Lyons Memorial Scholarship Fund and the Palaka Award Luncheon, which is coming up in August. We're talking about how to nominate, who all's involved in this, the sponsors. I think you've got a terrific list of sponsors. It seems to be growing every year, too.
It is. What I love most about it, just like Paul was captured and now he's a member of our club and going to be president.
Yeah. That 750 went a long way, didn't it?
So inspiring, right? This is how you do it. This is how you convert donors. But we have had a great partner every year. Alexander and Baldwin and its Maui companies they came in early on, and then last year they talked with us because we were changing the structure of the event a little bit. We wanted to reduce the number of tables because if anyone's ever been to this event, there's 300 or so people in there. There's no elbow room, and and it's a challenge for the nominees to get on stage. We said we wanted to reduce that a little bit, and so in taking down our numbers for tables, we have to up our sponsorship numbers. Alexander and Baldwin understood that, and they upped their commitment to us as our title sponsor.
Terrific.
So that lets everybody else up their commitment too. And so not only Alexander and Baldwin and their Maui companies, the Lyons family, Playbook Consulting Group, Maui Petroleum has been there from the beginning. Kawahara and Company have been there from the beginning. Xerox does all of our printing, which is it helps so much. You can't ever underestimate that. Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union has been a partner for the past 3 years. And then we cannot do that golf ball drop without Sunshine Helicopters because they give us that helicopter absolutely free.
Cool.
And I've never been to the event, so this helicopter drop sounds very intriguing.
And you got to come.
Okay.
So
imagine, the golf course up there. Imagine standing out on that
I had
deck.
my prom there.
Oh, there you. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Standing out on that deck. It's noon. Okay. Here comes this helicopter flying in, slowing down. He's gonna kind of hover, and this guy reaches out and drops this bucket of balls just to see what the air currents are. Okay, they kind of have they know kind of.
They're professionals.
Yeah, but for the little golf balls, what are they going to do once they hit that air, right? And so it's a practice drop, and then they go over to the main hole where this takes place.
big bullseye on the lawn.
And you've got how many balls?
2,000.
2,000 balls they're dropping on this, and they're looking for the 10 closest to the hole.
And
Or
there are
in the hole.
numbers. Yeah, there are
Or in the
numbers
holes.
on each
Right,
golf
right.
ball. It's just like a ducky derby, if you've ever heard of that. But basically, you buy a golf ball, or you can buy 7 or 10. You get a great
She doesn't
economies
mess
of
around
scale.
with 1 or 3.
You can get 40 for $200.
We had Kent Smith won our grand
yeah.
prize 2 years ago, and everyone was like, "Oh, Kent!" And it was this awesome Alaska cruise then. But he won because he put $400 into the golf balls,
Good for him.
and so
Yeah.
totally supported us. Did a fantastic job. He deserved it.
The odds were a lot better for him than they were for me, who bought 3.
You could up that this year, Susie.
I could,
Right.
huh?
and one ball has got just as much chance as 40
That's right.
balls.
That's right.
We don't want to tell people that, though.
So you drop all of these, At the same time, at this bullseye, where this golf hole is, up to 10 balls can actually fit in a golf hole, which I never knew until
I didn't know that.
Rick Castillo at the King Kamehameha Golf Club. This is,
Yeah.
I think, his favorite event, and so he has, totally figured it out for us. And he's got this whole system down for how he figures out who is number 1, 2, 3, 4. But we have 10 prize packages, and we can talk about those in a minute if you'd like. But for your chance, you're able to win one of these packages. And it all depends on if yours is one of the 10 balls that is either in the hole or closest to the hole. And they measure and all that stuff. So
And the more balls you buy, of course, the better chance you have.
that's
There you
right.
go.
Has anybody won 2 or 3 prizes at one time?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Nope.
But we did have someone win. So the grand prize that first year was won by someone who bought a whole lot of golf balls. Second prize was someone who bought one that day.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that amazing?
So
Wow.
Yeah. And we've got great prize packages. What we've got is our grand prize this year is going to be, again, it was so popular last year, the Napa Valley Getaway, which is fantastic. We're going to have 2 or 3 different Maui staycations that include hotel, dinners, activities. Packages are going to be for Lanai, Wailea, the West Side. This year we're going to do something new because we've got so many nonprofits and businesses sitting there in the room. We're going to have a Boost Your Business Boot Camp package. We've got all of these great talents around business consulting, whether it is workplace safety, whether it's insurance, financial, executive coaching. All these folks are going to pool their talents, and we're going to go to one lucky winner's business or nonprofit and basically do a super consulting package for them.
Wow.
We have an island sports sampler package. It'll have paddleboarding, kiteboarding, kayaking, outrigger adventures. We're going to have a special exclusive adventure excursion for 6 that we're calling the Maui Backroads package. The Palaka Pet package, Maui Humane Society is going to give us an adoption with all the trimmings.
Sure, we would like that one.
Yeah.
Yes. And then, of course, the ladies will all want the Pamper package, which is the
Men
massage.
like to be massaged as well,
That's right. We'll get you a pedicure.
I love the pedicures.
There you go.
Very good. Wow, what a list of prizes.
So there's so many ways for people to get involved with this event and at various different levels, whether it's one golf ball, whether it's becoming a sponsor, or nominating someone who's a leader in their nonprofit.
Well, if you have somebody in your organization that you think would be eligible to participate in this event and would be a likely candidate to receive this prize, the wonderful recognition of the Michael Lyons Palaka Award, somebody in your organization who lives up to Michael Lyons' virtues and participation in the community, it has to be somebody who's spent a minimum of 5 years of service, either as a board member or a working member of a standing committee of a Maui County Fort Impact organization. The individual must have made a contribution that is both significant and enduring to that organization or to the community and or the community and constituents it serves. The individual should be consistent in his or her service to the organization and demonstrate commitment and dedication to the Fort Impact organization's mission and vision. And in representing the organization, the individual embodies the aloha spirit and genuine care and compassion for fellow volunteers, staff, and the constituents served. And finally, the individual needs to exemplify the Rotary motto of service above self and uphold all of the ethical code of conduct in alignment with Rotary's 4-way test. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? So if you have someone in your organization who fits that criteria, then go to our website at www.kahaluirotary.com, and all the information is right there for you. Or you can contact any member of the Rotary Club of Kahalui, Kahalui Rotary Club, and they will point you in the correct direction. And save that date, Friday, August 2nd, from 11:30 until 1 p.m.
No, till 2.
Till
Yeah.
2 p.m. So you got
2
to...
p.m.
Check-in starts at 11. And
Right.
and then we actually do the ball drop at noon. The luncheon follows that. And I do want to let people know that time is ticking on those nominations. You have to get your nomination into us by June 30th.
And they can do it all online.
All online, kahaluirotary.com.
And there's only 6 finalists this year.
That's right. We're going down to 6 finalists.
Wow.
So it's going to be more competitive.
So now, do you have to attend to win the golf ball drop?
No.
No.
Good
Okay.
point.
So anyone out there who wants to log on to kahaluirotary.com
.com.
can sign up for 1 ball, 3 balls, 40 balls,
1
whatever.
ball, $10. 3 balls, $25. 7 balls, $50. 15 balls, $100. And 40 balls, $200.
There you go.
It's a bargain at
So,
twice the price.
If you feel lucky, or you just want to contribute,
That's right. It's a great way to contribute. So,
help the cause.
yeah. And you can buy your tables, you can reserve your seats, you can get those golf balls, and you can
And we still have
nominate someone
sponsorships available.
today, and we do have some sponsorships available. So folks can call. I'm going to give you a phone number here in a second. We just kind of have a central number that we can kind of send folks out to depending on what they want or what questions they have. And you can talk to me, Leslie, at 875-0500. And you can always go to kahaluirotary.com.
Terrific. Well, thank you both for being here.
Oh,
and
thank you.
This is the 3rd annual, and it sounds like it's just getting bigger and better every year. And it's terrific to honor Mike Lyons' legacy this way, because he left us way too soon.
Yes.
Certainly did.
And it's a great event. It's a unique way to honor somebody who's just out doing something they feel is the right thing to do.
And continue to do good by funding the scholarship. So it's just not enough to sit and feel happy about remembering Mike Lyons, which is important to do, but I think he would be proud that we're taking it a step further and
Right.
Absolutely.
funding the scholarships
And
as well.
I love the idea that you're creating an endowment for
Yes.
perpetuity. That's great.
That's right. That's right. And I would be remiss if I did not say, we talked about the golf ball drop and 2,000 numbered golf balls. And your next guest is someone we have to thank because we get those golf balls pre-numbered
Oh, that's right.
from Habitat for Humanity.
Yes.
And
Thank
they're
God for
so
Habitat.
kind.
Well, then
That's a great segue, isn't it?
isn't it? Well, I tell you, we couldn't have dreamed that up any better ourselves. What do they have at the Restore? They have buckets of balls. Anyway, thank you so much for being here with us today. And again, that's online at kahaluirotary.com or call 875-0500.
Thanks so much for having us. It was
June
a great
30th.
opportunity.
Mahalo
today.
nui loa.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Paul and Leslie.
Aloha.
Very good. Thank you. And we have coming up to the mic. Come on over. We're doing a little shifting here on air. Yeah, to bring Habitat up to the microphone, and I remember when I think Sherry told me that at the first event I went to. She said they wouldn't have those, if it wasn't for us.
Should have been bustling with pride.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hi there.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. I'm Polly Mac Roberts, the Restore Manager at Habitat for Humanity. And we do occasionally get buckets of golf balls. We get all sorts of things.
Now these aren't balls that you use in your golf tournament, are they?
I know we've gotten balls donated for
Yeah,
our golf
I
tournament.
bet, yeah.
So, yeah, people love us, so they give us stuff.
I
It's
tell you,
amazing.
You just get all kinds of stuff.
We do.
It's one of those things where you need to stop by there and take a look because you can't imagine. I mean, nice warehouse.
6,000 square feet.
You walk in and there's just row after row after row of great stuff.
and a lot of it's brand new.
It's cleaned and organized. It's really becoming, I think, the place to go and top of mind for people when they're looking for, not the idea that it's secondhand by any means. Like you said, a lot of things are brand new, but a great deal, maybe some inspiration, something that they can do around their home. I know my husband goes there and he's a contractor.
Yeah.
So he's really using these things for his work.
And there's a lot of times when you can't find something that matches to fix something or to replace a couple of broken tile or something. You go down there and you start thumbing through stuff, and it's like, whoa, look at this.
Yeah, we have a lot of
This'll
things
work.
that you can't find anywhere else. A lot of the old like jealousy hardware, they don't sell it anymore, but we still get
Really?
it donated, and that's one of our top sellers of used items because you just can't find them anywhere else.
Wow.
But there's a lot of things like that they're either vintage or collectible, and you just can't buy them on the island. So it's a good source for those type of things, and then also the brand new things that are just overstocks from retailers across Maui. So good
Do you
combination.
also get items from contractors who maybe buy a little more than they need?
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, they always have to, so that they've got enough. But if they don't
Definitely.
have any
Yeah,
accidents,
contractors are our best friends, and they'll buy a little extra and then give us what's left over. And like you said, if they're always doing projects, the little bit from every project they save really adds up if they're building all the time. And we have so many customers, contractors who have built everything they're working on with materials for the restore, and they just come in and sing our praises. It's like, you guys saved me so much money. So we're
Wow.
always really excited to hear that.
Or maybe in a time when people don't want to hire someone else and they want to tackle a project on
Absolutely.
their own, and they're in search of, really good quality materials for, maybe not at retail prices, they can
Exactly.
also visit you guys.
Yeah, we are open to the public. So that's one of our things, is that we're trying to promote homeowners and even renters to take it upon themselves and DIY, the do-it-yourselfers. Go in there and they can buy power tools for a fraction of the cost of what they would be brand new. So there's a
got
lot
power
of people.
tools in
Oh
there?
yeah,
Really?
we've got all sorts of tools. We have, just little amounts of things that otherwise you would have to buy a huge quantity of. So that's really good for small projects too. If you need like some plywood, we'll have like a half sheet of plywood or a quarter sheet of plywood. So you don't have to get the whole thing,
right?
Which you can't find anywhere else. So it's great for people who are just working on a small project too.
Do you guys offer on-site cutting or things like that?
We don't right now. We're trying to do something where, we have a ton of jalousie glass, which is another one of those things that everybody always needs jalousie glass. So we're trying to set up something where we can cut it to size. We don't have that going right now, but ideally we'd be able to offer those services in the future. We're still growing, so.
That's one of the, that's one of the interesting things that I learned when I first moved here was every house had jealousy windows, right? But every house had different widths windows, and so the first house I had, I went to take glass out of this window and put it over in that one. No way.
Slides right out.
Yeah, and it's like, wait a minute, and I thought, well, there's no reason they have to be standard because they're individual pieces, and so are the side slats and everything. So you build the window the size you want, go cut the glass, it's yours.
That's why they were, very common.
Yeah.
Because people could have a big window or a small window, and it didn't matter. They could have jealousies on either side. And I think with our trade winds, it just makes sense. And
Yeah.
but they're probably all in a lot of older homes and things like that.
People are pulling them out of the homes as they renovate, and
or
then
because they've
and then
locked
others-
themselves out, and so they need to get in.
I'm guilty of doing that.
I have done that so many times.
Oh my goodness! Now the truth comes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, yeah.
You realize it's not the most secure
That's true.
type of window
That's
when you
true.
can break into your own home.
But thank goodness you can do it, huh?
Yeah, it gives you some sort of peace of mind, but yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we have all sorts of, we have big windows, not just jealousies. We have every type of door you can imagine. Just today I sold 2 exterior doors that had this beautiful ship carved into it. It was amazing. I've never seen anything like it. And we just, every day we get things in that everyone's just like, wow, look at that. Things that you can't go to a retailer and find.
So how would you get something like that?
They was probably installed in a home in the 50s, and someone just renovated. They wanted a plain old boring front door, so they brought us the beautiful ship carved ones.
Oh my gosh!
And then it was $50 for a solid wood door with a ship carved into it. So, but there's all sorts of treasures to be found and really great deals, especially if you're doing like large quantities of tiling your floor. We have brand new boxes of linoleum tile right now that are marked more than 50% off of retail. So if you're doing a big space, it's going to save you so much money if you stop in a restore first to see what we have.
So how do you go about pricing things like in the store?
Well, we automatically, if it's brand new from a retailer, which a lot of our stuff is, we automatically take at least 50% off.
Okay.
So automatically it's half off. If it's gently used or if there's any sort of defect, then we'll take more off. So we usually say 50 to 90% off retail is what you can expect to find there. And a lot of the things, like we had some French hand-blown glass light fixtures, 3 pallets of them from Reed Lighting donated these to us, and they were gorgeous, but they retailed for $395 each. So we have a lot of customers who can't afford $200
Right.
for a light fixture, so we marked them down 90% off. So we were selling these light fixtures for $39 to $45. And there's still some in the store, so you can still find them for 90% off of the original retail price.
Wow. On
Yeah.
that note, we need to take a break. We'll be right back with more about the Habitat Restore.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
And we've all gotten into the remodeling mood here with all this neat stuff at the Restore.
I'm getting inspired.
Are ya?
Drop by. I moved into a brand new house, which was nice, but it was really void of any sort of character.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's been a process for me to try to add some personal touches. And, you know, I'm also regulated by the very nice HOA, our homeowners association. So, you know, the backyard and the interior is really where we have our outlet for our different things. So it sounds like I'm going to have to stop by and get inspired. I keep thinking about that word, you know, it's nuts and bolts and dust. And that's what I always think of my husband's work. But if you're going in there and you kind of, if it's different every time and the inventory keeps continuing to move, then it is a good place to get inspired and do something that maybe when you walked in, you didn't really think, you know, this is why I'm coming, but this would be perfect in another part of my house.
Definitely. We have a lot of really creative customers, and I think just walking through the store, you see so many things that inspire you to either change it a little bit or use it for something else that maybe wasn't its original purpose. And so we've started collecting these photos because our customers will bring us, you know, the before and after, and it's just amazing what they do with a lot of the stuff. And it's been really fun to kind of see the process. We see it come in, and then we know when the customer's eyes just kind of light up, like, oh, I know what I'm going to do with that. And we're actually at the Maui Home Expo in June. We're going to have, June, I think it's June 20th and 21st. It's that Friday and Saturday and Sunday. We're going to have a display of some of our upcycled projects that our customers have done, and they're going to vote on the favorites. But it's just fun to see how people's wheels turn, you know, when they see these things that are not typical home improvement goods and then what they do with them, because it's just really fabulous a lot of times.
And there've got to be pieces that come in and you take one look at it and you go, oh, so-and-so's going to buy this. I know they are.
Definitely.
I know what they're going to do with it. Yeah?
Yeah. And then we'll lead them over to it. Like, this has been waiting for you. There's no holds, so it's first come, first serve. But we know when there's certain things. And there's a lot of, like, beautiful furniture, solid wood furniture that comes in. It just needs a little love. And we definitely have the customers who are willing to do that. We also have other things that come in and they're absolutely perfect. So if you're not interested in fixing it up, there's still stuff there for you too.
So these are just, I mean, it's random. You never know what's coming in.
No.
Or who's coming by.
Yeah, it's really exciting because every morning we just open up, we call it the floodgate. And donations come in, people come in. It's just every day is so different. And we have so many people have told us this is a different store every time I come in, and it really is. And we're just trying to turn the merchandise over so fast. It's all priced to sell, and it's just a surprise what comes in. So
Do you have people waiting outside in the morning?
we do.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Turn down the doors.
I know this morning, actually, the first person in got a great deal on just some furniture that had just been donated, but they said that they're kind of camping out for like the first 20 minutes to make sure that they were the first ones in. So it's fun.
And not that they had any warning of what was there. They just
Yeah, they just knew there was good stuff to be had inside.
the first one in the door
Right,
would get an
yeah.
opportunity that the next one's not going to get.
Exactly. And all the proceeds go directly to Habitat for Humanity Maui. So it's a really great program that when you're shopping there, you know that your funds are going to help people who need affordable housing on Maui. So it all stays here, and it's just great for everyone.
Right. Wow.
And good for Habitat for being proactive to make money. I mean, I think,
Yeah.
you know, Susie and I are both in nonprofits, and we're always being asked, well, what are you doing for yourself, and how are you being self-sufficient, and what a great model that Habitat has to do that.
Thank you.
And the other thing is keeping all of these items out of the landfill.
Yes.
I mean, if they're in decent shape and can be passed on, then don't take it to the dump. Maybe come and see you guys if
Absolutely.
it's something that
Yeah.
you feel
Yeah,
you can
definitely.
And
resell.
individuals can bring you things.
Oh,
this is
yeah,
not just
we get-
contractors or whatever.
Absolutely. So many, I would say at least 50% of our donations just come from families who they got a new sofa, so they bring us the used one. We are trying to promote decent housing, so we don't want something that should go to the landfill.
Right.
But if it's something, I always say if it's something you would put in your mother's ohana, then we will gladly take it.
that's-
Yeah. A
that's
lot of
good
people,
rules.
they'll take out a light fixture that maybe isn't their taste, but it's still a perfectly good light fixture, and someone else would love to have it. So any sort of remodels or upgrades that you're doing, we actually just got today, 15 minutes before I left the store, a Wolf stove range, a gas
Oh,
range
it's
with
gone.
griddle.
It's gone.
I think it might be.
Yeah. Or it's gone in
gosh.
about 30 seconds.
So you can follow me back down there. And yeah,
Wow.
those retail for $14,000.
Yeah.
Really expensive. I
Jeez.
think we just put $950 on it, but it's in great shape. It's beautiful inside.
Somebody was
So-
remodeling and just pulled it out.
Yeah, and I don't know what they were upgrading to.
I was going to
because-
say, where do you
Yeah.
go from there?
Maybe a brand new one, but I mean, it's in great shape, and those things last forever. So, really good
Wow.
finds. You just got to be there at the right time.
So now your hours at the Restore are Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday.
Well, actually, right now we're open to the public for shopping from Tuesday through Saturday.
Okay.
Mondays we're reserving for cleaning up the store, pricing all of our donations that come in. We get a lot of donations on Saturdays, so we try to get them all priced out on the floor for Tuesday. And then we also accept donations on Monday. So if you wanted to bring something by, we can let you bring it in. And other than that, Tuesday through Saturday, come in to see what
What
we
time?
have. 8:30 to 4:30.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's taxable deduct.
Yeah, it's
Deduction.
all
Tax
tax
deduction.
deductible, and we'll give you a receipt. So it's definitely worth it because you're helping yourself, you're helping us, you're
Right.
helping everyone else, and keeping it out of the landfill. So
Wow. So if you've got 6,000 square feet, what's the next step? A second store or a larger store?
we're actually talking about that because we are so stuffed, and we're trying to turn stuff around as fast as possible, but it's just like we're gonna have to upgrade at some point because we're just packed, and people are starting to find out about us. So I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe next time.
Okay.
We're hoping to maybe eventually expand somewhere, but we don't have
Yeah, you can't
concrete
really do it
plans
there.
yet. Yeah,
You're
go
kinda
up, I guess.
I know I'm trying to think of large empty warehouse spaces that are available.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to donate a 12,000 square foot warehouse to Habitat for Humanity with ample parking,
Okay. Call Polly at
986-8050.
that wasn't too bold of us. Was it?
Ask and you
Just-
shall
just-
receive.
No, just it's just the way it is. Now you've got a fundraiser coming up. Are you part of this?
For the soup to nuts,
Uh-huh.
yes. So I don't actually have it in front of me, but thank you. My husband is a huge fan of soup to nuts, so I know that this is going to be delicious.
Okay.
In fact, we have the menu here too, but it is June 14th and 15th. There's a benefit dinner that is hosted by Soup to Nuts at 1951 East Vineyard. They have the little logo with like the top hat and the mustache. You've probably seen it. And the proceeds are going to be donated to Habitat for Humanity. So it's just a fixed menu, I think.
And it's Father's Day, so maybe people should treat their
Yeah,
father.
that's a
June
great
15th.
thing if you're going to go out to
Right.
dinner anyway.
Or is it the 16th?
Actually, it's the
It's a week.
the
these are
14th and
weeknights.
15th. So yeah, Father's Day is that Sunday.
Okay.
So if you want to go out that Saturday to celebrate the next day, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think is it $38?
I think I saw that on there.
Yeah, so $38 per person, BYOB. Some of the things, well, all of the things on the menu look amazing, and I haven't eaten my lunch yet. So.
I was actually planning to go there for lunch. So
There
this
you
is
go.
perfect.
But guava and goat cheese empanadas and chilled avocado gazpacho are just the starters. And then there's, grilled baby back ribs with spiced rum barbecue sauce. I'm a Kansas City girl, so.
There you go.
But yeah, everything on here looks so good. There's vegetarian options, roasted curry vegetables, vegetarian Cuban tamale. It all looks great. Pineapple rum upside down cake for dessert. So
And there's two seatings each night, right? I think I saw.
2 seatings, 5:30 and 7:30 both nights, and just make reservations so that they can hold your spot for you, and then
And
enjoy a wonderful meal.
That number is because you're calling the restaurant direct, right?
So for reservations, for that you would call 243-3663.
Another way to help Habitat for
Yeah.
Humanity. There's getting to be more and more of these kind of just simple restaurant evenings for fundraisers because the price of trying to do the extravaganzas is just
One, the time. The
well,
staff
that's true.
time.
Staff time, yeah.
You know, we're trying to be
Right.
more efficient, as everyone likes to remind the nonprofit.
Right.
Efficiency,
Yeah.
efficiency. No risk, all reward. So I think we're all looking for unique ways. And, those big ticket fundraisers, not everyone can afford those. So this is
Yeah,
a way for
definitely.
people who maybe don't want to or cannot spend $100 to go to a gala evening, but, still want to support their favorite nonprofit.
Yep.
And everyone loves food.
Exactly.
So-
Everybody's got to eat.
Yeah, definitely.
Why not there? Why not there? So, what else? You've got a project going on in Happy Valley.
Yes, so the Kahavai is a 16-family unit condominium, and we're starting from the ground up, so they're going to need a lot of help, volunteer help, and I know our Build-a-thon is coming up soon.
Have you already chosen all of the families?
They have not chosen the families that I know of, but there is, the application process and everything like that. So I don't think that the families are actually determined yet, but we're always accepting applications. So we've been encouraging the community to apply, even if they don't. A lot of people don't realize that they are eligible. Our goal is to provide affordable housing. So that doesn't mean that I think a lot of people don't realize how unaffordable housing is here. So we encourage people, if you think you might be eligible or you're not sure, to stop into our offices at 970 Lower Main. They're attached to the Restore. And just check in, talk story with Alani. She's awesome. She's our she works with our partner families, and she can kind of give you the rundown on how it works and what you need to apply.
I think a lot of people just take a look at the price of housing and say, we're never going to be able to afford that.
Yeah.
And just kind of set themselves on this track of they're going to rent forever. And Habitat offers such an opportunity for a lot of those folks who are in that gap group, if you will.
Yes.
At least that's what I think of them, where they can get into housing through helping to build the housing.
Exactly.
Whether it's in this condominium unit or single families in some of the other areas where you build.
Right. And what we call it is a hand up, not a handout.
Exactly.
So yeah, you work with us to help build your own home. And it's amazing the benefits of home ownership, how much they affect children in a family. It affects every aspect of your life.
Was the stability
Yeah.
of having a home and not going from rental house to rental house
Exactly.
or whatever.
And from what I understand, Habitat is a comprehensive program, so it's not just, okay, here's this house and you show up on a few Saturdays to help build
Oh,
it. I mean,
yeah.
it's really transforming a family and connecting them with the community and transforming the people who are volunteering. So
and the
Absolutely.
classes that they take
Right,
to learn
yeah.
about budgeting and how to handle the new
Exactly.
home and how to care for it.
That's right. Yeah.
Upkeep.
Yeah. Alani works with our partner families to make sure that they're prepared to be homeowners. She gets their credit in line. Everything that they need to do to be homeowners in the real world, we make sure that they're prepared to be homeowners with Habitat Homes. So we're not just kind of throwing out houses all over the place. But yeah, it's a wonderful program because we actually work with them and help them to improve themselves and make themselves ready for this. So.
Right. Well, terrific. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thank you.
being on today. And you want to go for it?
Yeah, well, I'm proud to say that this show is sponsored as a community service project by Pacific Source, the builder's choice. If you're building or remodeling your home, please stop by their showroom in the Waikapoo Base Yard. The Maui Nonprofit Directors Association's mission is to provide personal and professional support to nonprofit executive directors, their organizations, and the community of Maui.
And today we visited with Paul James Brown, Leslie Mullins of the Kahului Rotary Club, and talked about the Mike Lyons Palaka Award. Be sure and log into kahuluirotary.com to take a look at the form to fill out if you've got somebody you want to nominate who's been that extra special person for your organization. And I think every organization has at least one of those,
I think so.
you know?
I would hope.
Yeah, and sometimes we take people for granted.
I think even if someone's not a finalist, the exercise of going through this to think thoughtfully about the people who are serving your nonprofit is going to be really great. And to let them know that you applied, that you are setting forth a nomination for them, I think would make them feel good, no matter if they're a finalist or
Right,
not.
just being nominated is an honor as far as I can see for this award.
Yeah.
And then Polly, thank you so much for talking about Habitat's Restore. We always learn so much about what's going on with our agencies. We encourage everyone to get involved by giving, advocating, or volunteering for your favorite nonprofit. Do it today. What are you waiting for? Please visit our website at mauinonprofit.org for a list of our member agencies. When you find an agency that you might like to know more about, just click on that agency and it'll take you to their website where you can learn everything you want to know. So we want to say mahalo. Wait a minute, I've got one thing I have to do before I say mahalo. I had a special note handed to me about a shredding event. If you've got papers, like old tax papers, old bank statements, old whatever you can get rid of after 6 years, 3 years, whatever the case might be, the Kula AARP organization is having the big shredding truck, the ShredX truck or whatever the name is on the truck, will be at the Home Depot parking lot this Saturday, June 8th, from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., and they shred the stuff right there in front of you. Nice. And you can bring as many as 2 banker's boxes full of records. So clean out some of that storage stuff you got in storage, and don't let all those little white creatures or whatever those animals are that get into paper.
Yeah, little paper mates.
Yeah, and take it down there. For more information, call Diane at 878-3448. Again, that's this Saturday at Home Depot in the parking lot. So, here we are, wrapping up another show. I can't believe it, this shows go so fast.
Does it?
It really does, Next week, same time, same place, KAOI Radio, 1110 AM, 96.7 FM. We'll feature representatives from 2 more member agencies. I'm Susie Tiemann.
And I'm Kaimana Brummel.
And
I'm Polly Mac Roberts.
And we've got Gary on the controls. Hey, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Aloha.